pretty good weather Sunday morning, and we've just started about 20 minutes in to my Wallace Falls hike. And a couple of things to note first right off the bat. Wallace Falls gets separated into a couple of different trails. So there's the lower fall, the middle fall, and the higher fall. And depending on, what kind of difficulty you want during the hike, you can pick whichever one. So I do really like that. It's not like Gross Grind or the Chief, where pretty much you have to go all the way to a certain point. And then, well, actually, I guess it's similar, but Wallace Falls seems to be way more divided as opposed to other hikes. Another thing I really like is that you can hear the waterfall. So pretty much that's pretty good motivation, because if at any point you're tired, you're done, the fall's just right there, so you get a good photo op without burning yourself out. Another thing, terrain-wise, the hike's pretty decent. It's not like the initial Chief hike where I found it to be overly difficult, totally exerting myself. The terrain here, as you can see, it's all pretty flat road for the most part. It is slightly difficult if you're like really out of shape or something like that, but if you pace yourself and you aren't talking while holding a camera, it's totally doable. What else do I like about this place? It's an hour drive away from central Seattle, and yeah, so far pretty good reviews. And I'm gonna stop talking so I can save some breath and hike. This is it. Take a picture with it. That's the fall. That's that guy conquering nature with a stick. Yeah, is he going to fishing? Holy shit. We can't even, honestly, we saw that fishing guy, and now he is nowhere to be found. Or the question is, did he exist? So like I said, there's a lot of different trails you can take, and this is one of the examples where you can just hike to Wallace Lake. And if it keeps going, then you'll get to lower fall, middle fall, upper fall. And obviously, we're in it to win it. We're going to try to go as far as my body can take me. And there's also these little reading signs for you. This area will be great for a horror film. Like, oh, where is she? Where'd he go? Oh my god! Oh my god! I made it! Okay. There it is, Lower Falls. That's beautiful.
See you up there?
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, up there, right?
So considering how often I head down to Seattle and how beautiful this summer has been, it made sense to do a hike there. Wallace Falls seemed like a good fit because it wasn't a very difficult hike, and with the 3 different fall heights, I could have the option to just head to Lower Falls and call it a day if I wanted to. Couple of thoughts on this hike. The road itself wasn't too rugged, it was well maintained so you won't be tripping over a lot of logs and wondering which is the right trail, but in terms of elevation there is quite a bit, so if you aren't super fit I would suggest you take it easy. We initially thought that going all the way up to Upper Falls would be really challenging, but honestly if you made it to Middle Fall and you're feeling okay, it's not that much farther to go all the way up. However, the best view, in my opinion, is from Middle and Lower Fall, so if you're only doing it simply hoping for the most gorgeous view but you're super tired, I'm just giving you a bit of a heads up so you don't feel disappointed. Because it was a hike near a fall and there were rivers nearby, I wore a jacket to not catch a cold, and if you don't sweat that easily, I also suggest you do the same just in case. Overall, it was a beautiful hike and it was a good middle-level activity. Not terribly challenging, but not super easy either. I would set this as a standard and gauge all other hikes according to it. Like for example, the short hikes I took at Squamish after taking the gondola, I would consider super duper easy. And in case you're wondering, it was a 5.6 miles round trip and it takes about 3 hours if you're not in a rush. Finally, last 2 tips. If you're looking for a place to eat nearby, I suggest La Hacienda. It's a Mexican restaurant with really good flavors and reasonable prices. Also, if you're a coffee lover or just like to play I Spy, the road from downtown Seattle to Wallace Falls is full of interesting looking coffee stops, and I suggest you count how many you spot and stop by one and try it out. So that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, subscribe and join me on my next adventure. See you next video. Bye!